Okay, so in example 3, they're asking you to write the vector for the translation. In other words, you need to write some movement in x first direction and some movement in y direction. So some movement in the horizontal direction and some movement in the vertical direction. Okay? Now be careful when you do these. It's easy to do them wrong by starting in the wrong spot. Now remember, with no prime, that's your pre-image, and prime is your image, which is the newest thing. So we're going to go from pre-image to image. So that's what I'm going to do right now, and I'll do that in green. So I need to go like this horizontally and this vertically. And so I know I went down 2, and I went, it looks like 2, 4, 6, 8, looks like 10 spaces to the right. I went 10 that way. And going 10 to the right is positive, going 2 down is negative. So my vector is going to be 10, negative 2. Now you can check that it's the same for A to A prime. You could have chosen A and gone to A prime, and you'll see you've got the same thing going on. And if you do C to C prime, it should be the same thing going on. The problem people have is they start at the primes by mistake. And the other thing people do is they don't go from vertex to vertex. You have to have the corresponding vertices when you do it. Okay, so I've got the vector. The other thing asks us for a coordinate rule, so I'll write that in black here at the bottom. I started with an x and a y. When I applied the vector, I took the x's and added 10 to each one, and the y's I subtracted 2. And there's a coordinate rule for it as well. So you have 2 different ways to represent this translation, one with the vector and one with the coordinate rule here at the bottom. That should have been fairly easy for most people.